And for Dhammapada 2, mind is the forerunner of all phenomena. Mind is the chief, mind metade. If one speaks or acts with a pure mind, then happiness follows. Just like a shadow that never leaves. Right? So now we come to the word in pure mind and pure mind. What makes the mind pure and impure? There's one thing, right? So we know that pure and impure, if easily we want to say, is it wholesome and unwholesome? Easier to identify. When we say, what is unwholesome? We practice already nearly 5 days. You still don't know, then how this. What is unwholesome? Unwholesome action. Can you name? What is unwholesome action? Yeah, unwholesome action is those action that go against the precept. Right? So what are they? Huh? What are the things? Easy, I will know one by one answer. Okay, give me one unwholesome action. What are they? Killing living beings, right? Taking things like that. False speech, right? Action is conduct. What else? A speech.
Malicious speech.
Malicious speech. Intoxication. Right? So you can see, unwholesome action. Fishing also done. Right? So a lot of people don't know, but they think it's a hobby. Yeah? But all this act actually is unwholesome action. And when a person do not uphold the 5 precept, for example, or the precept that absent to cultivate the mind, then of course this will bring about destruction. Right? So in our life, you see this happening. In our life, something happened to us. Right? Sometimes we come to learn the Dhamma also already sini masuk karena keluar. Action sama. Right? So we have to be very careful. Yeah? This is already, let's say, action that cause harm to us and harm to others. Right? And this, like we say, we don't want bad karma ripening. But if we do that, we cannot avoid it because we already plant the seed, then the result will come. Right? Either this life, next life, next life, it will come. Right? So this is one thing why we prepare the platform. The Buddha said the virtue is so important. First we have to practice it. Right? Then only we talk about how to purify our mind. Right? If this is not practiced well, then the mind is difficult to be pure. Right? All these causes that we have to enter, they will be their immediate result. For example, it's a conscience. When we do the unwholesome act, the immediate thing that we will experience is what? Our conscience will immediately show us the result. If we do a wrong thing, unwholesome thing, you will feel what? Guilty. Right? Not only sometimes you feel guilty, you feel what? Remorse. Come on? Regret. Come on? Sad. Yes. Fear. You see or not? The resultant. Very possible get it. Right? No need the Buddha to punish you or Jesus to punish you. No God to punish you. This is law of karma. Very immediate. And the more you suppress it, you think gone, it's there. It's only waiting for time to happen. Right? So there's no excuse, no deal, immediately you do, they will come. Right? And that is what law of karma is all about. So virtue is a very important foundation. That's why when a person has virtue, then it's much easier for them to develop samadhi. Right? We talk about right effort, then right mindfulness, and also right compassion. Right? So when a person wants to develop the mind, what are the hindrances that become obstacle to the development of the mind? Right? The mind, when you say develop and not develop. Right? Can you see the difference between developed mind and not developed mind? You look around you sometimes, your family members, your friends, your colleagues. Have you seen people who are always very angry? Have you seen people who are blue? Cakap, they like seem to know that, after that they know what the person do. Right? Then have you seen the person always go after pleasure? Money for entertainment, they go for entertainment. Sometimes until they don't have money to bring them money to go for entertainment. And have you seen also people are very doubtful? You say anything also, they say, I know. No? Right? So, and also did you see, I think this one a lot, people are so restless, worry a lot, have a lot of fear. I think we see a lot this one. Huh? So this, according to Buddha, if you want to develop your mind and you have all these things, your mind cannot develop. Right? When they say develop means you have to overcome these 5 hindrances. Then only the mind will get collected. Other than that, it's always below. Right? So, how to make the mind collected? How to put the mind together? Huh? How to achieve oneness of the mind? Right? So, the oneness of the mind is in equilibrium, very peaceful, tranquil. Right? And because in that state, then the mind becomes powerful. Right? Become clear. Then insight knowledge, vision, insight knowledge will come. Right? But before getting there, then we have to also look at ourselves. It's the thing that hinder our development. How come we cannot get into peace, composure? Right? Why? You just have to ask yourself why. Right? So the Lord said, it's fine. You need to know. Okay? What hinder you? Some people may have 1, some people 2, some people 3, some people 4, some people 5. After Ayah explained, then you see how many you have. Right? Then how much effort you have to put in. Okay? First one, the Buddha said sensual pleasure. The sensual desire that we have. Yeah? Sensual desire is just like the simile that is given here. When you have sensual desire, you can never actually satisfy it. Right? You go after one, you get it, then you go another one. So it's never end. So your mind is always looking for something. It's not settled. So the feeling is like you say like you are in debt. You hutang orang in debt. So always in your mind you don't feel unlocked. Because you know you are owing. Just like you have a debt. So when you have a debt, you have no peace of mind. Even the debt is like officially from a bank or whatever. We call it a loan. Nice, a loan. Yeah, that is a debt, right? You try 3 months, don't pay. They pull away your house, right? Your car also they will take away, right? So you are in constant what? Fear, worry, right? And you feel burden, right? You feel burden, right? So when we have this sense of pleasure, actually, it's like when you want to fulfill it, you keep chasing after it. It's like never fulfill. Yeah, you get one, that is like again like not fulfilled. So is always burdened with that burden of like not fulfilling, not complete. Huh? So if you have a lot of sensual pleasure, then that is how we experience. Hutang tak habis lah. Pay also tak habis one. Because what? You keep chasing after. You're craving no end. And that is where that a lot of people, then when they are in that state, how do you think they can cultivate that? They will always worry. I still remember last time, then one day my senior manager said, "Michelle, you can afford lah. Why don't you change the car? The car, because I only drive as branch manager, I only drive open Iswaran. Right? So my senior manager, you can afford, why don't you buy a nicer car, bigger car, So then I asked him, I said, I have paid off my car, and the key thing is that I need a transport, I don't need a car. I mean the brand, And then I asked him, I said, why should I change, because unless you tell me in the jam that if I buy a bigger car, I can fly over, then okay, I will consider. So I still have the QR, right? And then if this the car, I say, you already settle everything, then I have peace of mind. I said, wherever I park, I got no worry, right? If you have a nice car, wherever you park, you have fear one, that people will take your rim or see something, scratch your car, But I said, I think also no problem, right? Then I said, also, if I buy a new car, I said, would you pay for me installment? Because no what, right? I said I already paid off, so when I go back, I sleep. I don't have any worry, about payment, right? Even like whether the boss pay on time or not on time, I'm free, right? But I say if you do installment, always you lose money because of you buy a new car and then your value, the old car, will take a toll of you, and sometimes if you don't get the salary yet, you get interest on, right? So I said that's why at the end I told him, I said, I only need a transport, not right. So after that, he also nothing to say to me anymore.
Questions. I mean, it's quite lucky if he's your senior manager, but how about if he's someone very, very close to you, very, very close, that can maybe influence you?
You have to make decision now. And I tell the senior manager, but I said, but when I drive a car, then I go for big meeting, a lot of the CEO, whatever. When I reach there, I see, don't know what brand, and suddenly a proper Iswara. But then I told him, but when I go to meeting, I see it there. When I talk, discussing about matter on business, I say, I'm a Mercedes, no? They see me as a Mercedes, no? So, what's wrong with the open Iswara? But a lot of people cannot take it all. They're not. Say, oh yeah, you should have be like this one, like that one. So you want to be like this and like that, and then get worry, But it's your choice. So therefore, sometimes it's like simplicity actually. We have what they call clear mind, peace of mind. I say the most important thing, mesti penuh lah. Betul tak? So that is very important. So then, whatever we want to do with our money, we can do Dhamma, we can do this and supporting the right thing, means invest in the right thing. It's okay. But if you can afford, by all means, but we have to know lah, because after that, one brand will come out, like handphones, so keep upgrading, so you don't have to lah. Sometimes so we have to see what it is. So craving for sensual pleasure, or the pleasure of having something we think will bring happiness to us, but actually not really. So when you have craving for sensual pleasure, so one is like the Buddha mentioned, is just like having a that. The other simile that the Buddha say is just like a water or a bowl of water. When you look down, you can see your face. Yes. When the mind is clear, then you can see like a mirror, see your mind, what state of your mind you have. But when you have sensual pleasure, it's as you put a dye into the water. Right? So the water is becoming, let's say, yellow. Can you see your mind? So when your mind is clouded by sensual pleasure, you cannot see the state of mind. So that's why we say, even harmful, still we do it. Because why? The sensual pleasure, either the taste, right? That day I share with you, right? My boss, uric acid, tapi see the duck, like, you know. Even the other colleague also, first complained to me, she got stomachache. When we go, then the supplier China, right? Wow, nice curry come up. Then she say, wow, very nice curry. Then I say, hey, just now you tell me you got sakit perut, you better don't eat. I said, never mind lah, little bit. I said, you better don't take, Then, I boleh tahan, take lah. Take, balik hotel, complain again. That's why I always tell the rhyme that I don't know much Chinese, but I can still say one. I always tell them, 明明知道又做不到，知道痛苦又要受苦，受苦之后不呱呱叫，你说好笑不好笑？ Right? A lot of us are doing like that one, sensual pleasure. So if you have sensual pleasure, very strong sensual pleasure, your mind cannot be good. It's like putting the color into the water, so you cannot see your state of mind. You think it's okay. Right? You will give reason that it's okay. Right? Definitely one. You look around your family members, you look around your friends, right? You look around the frequency. So when you have attachment to this sensual pleasure, then the mind very difficult to develop. And whether you attach to your body or attach to your taste, smell, or noise, you attach to something, then you think other thing is a disturbance, or you attach to the seeing things. Right? So if you don't see in your meditation, then you start to feel uneasy. Must see something. Because I hear people must maybe see like see this, see Buddha, see this, you also looking forward. How come you can't see? It's meditation practice, seeing all this. Is to put the mind, like we say, the mind becomes composed, collected, balanced. Right? And that is where the power of the mind will start. Tranquility, serenity, insight, everything will come. See this and see that. Okay? Don't be fooled by those things. What you see is also because of anicca, right? You can see now, raising then goes, come, go, then you go and keep attached. Then illusion will be. Right? So, the simile, can you understand? Right? Sometimes you see blue color, then after that, take yellow color, then see what color? Blue color. So excited, so many different color, but cannot see the person own mind. Right? So when they attach to that, that's how it is. Okay? Then what kind of meditation actually is helpful for that? The Buddha actually prescribed, if you sakit kepala makan, ubat sakit kepala. Not necessarily Panadol, for side effect ones. Right? But now you say, sakit, buat apa? Jumpa dokter. Never take action for yourself. Because right, we are already conditioned. Sakit, then jumpa dokter. So that when we're sakit, we have to know what we are sakit and then how we can actually help to ease off. Sometimes no need to see doctor also, we can help ourselves. But we need to have that knowledge. So, every sakit, they have different medication or treatment that can help you to do it. So when the mind is sick, so when the mind is filled with this craving, what method? So the best is contemplation of the 32 parts of the body. It's wholeness, yeah, no? Of this body, right? So this body is divided. In a sutta is 31, but later it becomes 32. Right? We contemplate, from the head, and deep inside. First is head hair, then body hair, then nails, teeth, then skin, and then next one is flesh, then tendons and ligaments, bones, bone marrow, kidneys, kidneys, heart, liver, diaphragm, then spleen, then lungs, Then after that, it goes to your intestine, the digestive thing, intestine, mesentery, then chyme, then feces, and then go to the liquid part, then the bowel, phlegm, pus, blood, sweat, right? And then after that, tears, fat, tears, and then grease, saliva, snot, urine, synovial fluid, urine, and the brain. That one is additional, the last one. So how to contemplate? Then as you contemplate, this particular part of the body is actually smelly, is subject to decay and decompose, and then smelly, then also is how to say, when you see it, smelly, repugnant, impure, impermanent, unsatisfactory, and actually no self one, right? So you contemplate one by one. But if you see it, then you see when you say it's smelly, repugnant, then you see, right? So if you contemplate, for example, we say, wow, this body is so nice. We spend so much time taking care of this body, thinking it's so beautiful, right? So the shit inside is beautiful, right? The moment you put out, you say what? Lucky. But every day you look at the mirror, so beautiful. Shit inside is beautiful. Shit outside is yucky. But what is the truth? The same shit, right? So we always see it in a way to justify our illusion. Right? Last time, there's this story about this Westerner student of Pañca. So he sit in a car together with Pañca traveling somewhere. And then after that, Pañca can read my mind. So Pañca asked this Westerner, what are you thinking? Then he said, the teacher read his mind. No, Ajahn, so sorry. So I was thinking about my ex-girlfriend. Right? So then Ajahn said, oh, you're thinking about your ex-girlfriend. Why don't you ask her to send you something personal for you? Wow, he got so excited. He thought the teacher can understand him so well. Ajahn, can man? He said, can. Ajahn said, then again said, can man? Can. Ask her to send you very personal thing to you. Then before he daydream again, then Ajahn Chah tell him, ask her to send you very personal thing. Ask her to shit in a bottle and send the bottle over to you so you can contemplate. Right? Personal, huh? Personal, huh? So that's how it is law of illusion. So if you have a lot of craving, I would suggest every morning when you cheat, you look at the sheet. See very nice or not? And not only that, by identifying shit, you can identify your health. I don't think it's yucky, quickly you want to run away. A lot of people when they answer the wash toilet, they try to run away. Right? Why? Because we don't want to face it. Right? So when you have a lot of craving, then you can take one part of this body and contemplate. The truth is like that. Right? So to overcome that, then you will see. Just like if let's say you are so attached to food, you crave for food, right? So that's why you see for monks and nuns they see food in one bowl. So a lot of people when they see me collect food like that, oh they very quickly they feel very uneasy, right? Because they can't bear to see all the food campur inside. And they imagine how to eat that. Say no, food is food lah. They eat no. And one of the contemplation is also the repulsiveness of food. Right? If you can see beyond that, what are we eating every day? You very sad. Right? And then you will think, yeah, I think maybe we should really work on Nīvaraṇa already. It's a fact, no? Right? If you eat outside, whether you eat meat or whether we eat whatever, isn't it a carcass of another being? Right? So you really deeply contemplate that. You just feel like, life, no? It is dukkha. It's really dukkha. And the most dukkha is what? The most great sickness, great disease. It's not about cancer, right? It's about hunger. Right? That is the most greatest disease. Hunger. Right? And what we eat is whole tank meat, whole tank barbecue. Alright? You go and look, then your attachment to food, your things, and this and that, all gone. Take only what is necessary, and only to keep our health. That's all. Simplicity, just to feel, so that this body is take more energy to strive for liberation. Okay? So, first, that craving, you want to overcome. Very simple practice. You just choose one part. The part that you most don't like one. Choose that part. Right? So that is for craving. Then of course in this retreat I cannot be teaching you so many. Right? And all these are cultivation for the mind to overcome all the departments. So different departments. Just like when body is sick, kepala sakit makan ubat sakit, perut sakit makan ubat perut sakit, tangan sakit, guna tangan sakit punya ubat, So what sakit, then you use different way to address it, and you must use the right medicine. You cannot just use medicine, but you must use the right medicine to overcome that particular ill of the mind. So for sensual pleasure, the dash is actually here in the contemplate on the 32 parts. The foulness of the body. Okay? And then next is the hindrances that bring obstacle to the development of the mind. And bring obstacle to the, from getting into deep meditation and insight. It's ill will. Ill will. Right? Ill will, sometimes you see is that seeing that people get angry on these things. It can be even very subtle in our mind. And ill will, there are different degree. Like ill will, English also many words. They have ill will, jealousy, anger, hatred, then come on, grudges, come on, envy, come on. Revenge, jealousy already cakap. Resentment, upset, many words, So sometimes you have to check what you get. uneasy, you know you fall under this already. One of them will. Right? So ill will, the Buddha said, ill will, when you have ill will, actually the immediate thing is, of course, you feel like burning in you. You see people get angry, break face on. Ill will, so you can know one very easily to know one. And so ill will cause a lot of harm. Number one harm is to that person first. Research shows, they say, if you get angry for just 1 or 2 minutes, just get angry like that. It takes, common people who are not in training on it, it takes 6 hours to come back to the equilibrium. That few minutes, just zoom down and come back to the normal level. It takes 6 hours. A lot of people not only 6 hours, sometimes 6 months still linger there, 6 years still there, right? 16 years still there. Then another life. And some people say, after death also they will go after that person. Yeah. So can you imagine? So this is research. You get angry, zoom down. Wait so long to come up. Worth it or not? Right? Worth it. Right? It can be in simple form of argument. I don't agree with you. Your idea and my idea are different. Why I say this you cannot understand. And then my one is true, your one is not true, So because why? Because the I. Right? And so when you get angry, you have to be very, very careful not to get angry. Right? That's one. First you harm yourself. Next you may harm the other person. Right? And so evil can come with abusive words, or words that is not not kind words. And when ill will happen, sometimes we may not think that it's so serious, but actually latent in our mind. Right? Sometimes you go somewhere and you look at something, that person got nothing to do with you, but your mind says, yeah. Evil, why have you to say that? Because we are judging, right? And we don't feel good. Right? So that evil already appear in the mind. Right? So we have to be very careful. Sometimes we see things we don't like, because we don't like evil there. Aversion will come. Actually, it's nothing much. But it's just because we don't like, and it comes to us, then you will. Then the one that you like, it don't come to you. Another evil, aversion. So either you push it away, and so the aversion is there. Right? So for the ill will, the Buddha say, the example is like the water. When you boil water public, right? Normal clear water, you can see yourself, you can see your mind. But when you have anger or ill will or hatred or grudges or whatever it is, then it's public. It's always public then. So can you see your mind clearly? Yeah. Then again you justify. Yeah.
Things like very small also you get angry, like the things supposed to be good, and then when you ask, why you never done?
Yeah.
You give it.
Sometimes your staff, you think that they should know and they should do. Then you ask them, how come this one is not done? Then instead of saying, oh, so sorry, like she said, why you never tell me? Right? So then you know, your staff is like that, to what extent your staff is, or whether you want to give extra promotion or not, or whatever it is, correct or not? So it's like that. But If come to the end of the year, you see give them extra, then you are wrong. Because you agree with their behavior, their wrong behavior. Yeah? Just because you think, oh, never mind, I should keep them more. So if you think, okay lah, their marriage is more than their this kind of small behavior, then okay lor, you evaluate lor. Right? But okay, occasionally it may be behave like that, and you just have to tolerate lor. Huh? You get angry for what? Because at the end you still give extra. So it's just like a child lah, If they misbehave and you still taught them to give a gift, then you're telling them it's right. So you can't blame the behavior. So the more you will expect, how come you never tell me? Because at the end, it's okay. Huh? You see how the reward system is not correct. Right? You have to get it correct. Right? So then only they know, oh, my this behavior is not correct. I must behave correctly. Right? But that's why when we guide people or teach people or train people, we must give them the correct behavior, the correct result. It cannot be like children. If they cry, then you will give. So every time, if they don't get, what they do? They cry. Don't give, cry louder. Then you will give. So next time they know. If I cry, small cry, she won't get, cry louder. Cannot get, cry louder. Then start to show. Oh, then you will, running after. Okay, take that. So what are you teaching them? They learn from young. Right? I can demand, and if you don't give, then use strategy. And then you will give in. So a lot of parents don't teach rightly. No? Parents don't teach rightly, but grandparents are hero. Misbehave also. Yeah, they say, what can we do? Other people finish child. Right? See, they don't know they are doing wrong thing. They encourage that kind of behavior. Right? So they don't know. Right? Law is the one that quite funny, right? Of course, sometimes if you want them to be like settled quickly, you just okay, 不怕, then okay lah. But you don't go and say to your grandchild that law is quite fun.
It's very common in Chinese
families. Doesn't make sense,
Very common in Chinese families.
We can actually step the floor and say 不怕, then it's okay. But not tell the what the son, the floor pula 会犯。打betul. Any grandma, grandpa also 打betul.
No, when they teach your children, they are not so lenient. When they teach the grandkids, they are very lenient.
That's why the problem comes. Sometimes they quarrel. Because the parents teach more discipline, the grandparents say, give lah. So sometimes they all two also tak boleh ngam, right? So these are the things that firmness, not because you are angry. Sometimes they need to be disciplined, not because you're angry, because out of compassion for them, right? So sometimes people may misjudge. Just like the Buddha when he is about to enter Mahaparinirvana, he asked Venerable Ananda to tell Venerable Channa. This Venerable Channa is very proud. Always tell people he was the one that ride the chariot and accompany the Siddhartha to go forth, renounce. So as a monk, he's very proud with that. And then his behavior and everything, people tell him he don't change. He just try. And then most likely the Buddha must have also advised him, also don't change. You know what can the Buddha do? Right? But before the Buddha entered into Mahaparinirvana, the Buddha instructed Venerable Ananda to Venerable Channa. and also announce to the Sangha that whenever chana is to be given, they call it Brahman Danda, means the modern word is it boycott. Means leave him alone. Yeah, because in the Vinaya we have like Sangha Kama, means let him be secluded and nobody is to talk to him. Right? He has to be on his own, and until he means until he understand what is going on with him. And then when this was announced, Venerable Chanda was so shocked. Chanda, the Buddha is entering Mahaparinirvana and give this instruction, to Venerable Ananda, to the Sangha and to him. Then after that, he must be really feeling very remorse. And then of course doing that contemplation for himself to be secluded, nobody is to talk to him. Right? And so from there, then he was awakened. Yeah? Because of else, people tell him also he won't listen. Because of pride. So when you have pride, also he will block you. But some Westerner will say, oh, the Buddha is like so harsh. You interpret the Buddha as harsh. Maybe the Buddha might get angry with him. No. Out of compassion. The Buddha knew only through this way, then only he will wake up. Or else he won't wake up. But the Buddha has no anger. It's out of compassion. Then only he get enlightened. Right? But to a lot of lay people or Westerner is like, wow, so harsh. Modern word is boycott. That is a wrong act. Okay? So again, I will say, when we do something not out of anger, and even with these children or husband, wife, or whatever, siblings, it's not because out of anger that you do something, but always out of compassion. Then you act, then you will go on. But if you're out of anger, then of course you also get very angry. After heart attack, nobody knows. Right? Not easy, but then you have to always remind yourself. Right? So that some people will say, when they get angry, what to do? Take deep breath first. Then count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then they look angry lagi tak? Maybe the anger will come. So you must pause and then delay. Then the anger won't, how to say, become bigger. Fire you don't add oil some more. You have to break it, and then after that, then you find, the anger subside. Because you go further, worse, especially war of what words, very painful. So word can heal, word can kill. Right? Don't play. Or people say, some people, especially nowadays, at suicide case, they say they want to go and first you're very patient, they say, and sometimes maybe you tak boleh tahan and you get angry and the person they want to die, then say, then they really die. Wow, then after that you regret. You see, sometimes it happened. And it happened recently also, somebody told me. And the girlfriend always said, if anytime I call the boyfriend, I'm working also have to come and see her. At the end, I think the boyfriend also get very, because every time they said don't come, and she will commit suicide. So one time she called, the boyfriend also got no choice to come, and then the sister of her said, she's always like that, you're working, you better go back and work. Right? So then that day she really commits suicide. So you have somebody in the home like that. How? Be prepared, right? You can give them counseling and all those things, but sometimes, their mind becomes so dull, you don't know what is happening. But the thing is, be prepared, right? I also heard one of the devotees say, the daughter from very young always have this kind of anger, but she don't get her thing. you knock her head to the wall. And even the hairstyle, to go and cut hair, and come back, you see that not so nice, just comment a bit, cannot already cry for 1 hour. So the mother is trying to kind of to soften those things. So the other sibling is very intelligent in their study. So the mother sent overseas, but she is not so good. But the mother will look up. After that, she may feel why the brother and sister can go overseas. So the mother also save some money and send her to Australia. Right? But actually, she's not that intelligent. But the mother tried. But at the end of the day, then after she worked, after working, then one day she just morning text her brothers and say bye bye, everything bye bye. Then she joined down from the And some of these people, they try to also act like those what they call those celebrities that commit suicide. They got their one like grand finale, and what she does is her manager and said, "Okay, what you come there." Then the fellow come, and then she said, "Oop, there." Then she's old island one, so she told the manager to cover her. End of the story. Okay. So some people, they carry this one financial, and if they don't change, nobody can help. And so as a family members, of course, we try to help them. But again and again, I say, it's important that sometimes the issue comes from maybe their past, some the issue comes from their in the mother's womb, and so the mother reject them, but then they're still born. And they will experience this kind of rejection. They always feel they've been rejected, low, morale, and other stuff. So sometimes it's childhood thing. Right? So it depends. Okay? So, but anger, people think, when they're angry, then they become very sad, and then they take their life. They think that's the way. But there's no such thing, right? If craving to end life, craving for non-existence is a craving. It leads to suffering. Right? Then for our cultivation of mind, so we have to remember, ill will can lead to a lot of harm to oneself and to others. Right? So when we have ill will, the mind is bubbling. Right? And how to overcome ill will? How to overcome ill will? What method? Deep breath and metta. Right? So develop metta. Right? Nourish yourself. I keep telling you all, must remind to smile, only know how to smile. A lot of times forget about your own well-being. The easiest, as we say, is the smile. Because smile is already researched. When you smile, automatically you send the hormone to your brain, and the brain spark on now. Right? So then they will activate your serotonin, dopamine, feel good hormone. So that's why you feel good. Right? So you know that it makes you to feel good, but you don't know how to use it. Right? Someone tak payah money. Right? Then you go and pay here and there, and at the end they have to teach you. But really one, if you keep thinking and and then people get into anxiety and all these things, actually they are lack of all this, and they have a lot of fear, worries, and all these things. I have seen, some people when they have anxiety a long time, their this muscle is all down. Even you ask them to smile, they take time to make the muscle to move back. Hey, it's true, I've seen to smile. So sometimes you have to tell them, never mind, take it until you make it. After they smile. So until your muscle know how to smile. So first, fake smile, never mind. Better than none. So after a while, then you start to more naturally. So it's so important, right? So metta. So first metta yourself first. If you don't have metta, you lah, you want to metta this fellow, metta that fellow. Where is your punchi? Sendiri pun tak ada metta, lagi mau metta orang. Aduh, you got no money, how to give money? Right? So you have to establish in the heart. Yeah? So normally when you have metta, you feel your heart open, can embrace. Right? So you start with yourself to wish yourself to be well and happy. Until you feel the warmth, the openness, the love. And then when you start to radiate metta, first don't radiate to the enemy first. Because you radiate sudah sumbat sana. Lagi get angry. Instead of metta, you get angry. Think of the person in the muka kamu ni lah. You get angry already. So that's why the Buddha advised, we metta. First we metta to what? Someone whom we respect. So much easier. Because we respect, so the tendency is for us to feel the joy. So we're able to radiate the metta. And one mistake that people always do is that some people say send metta, send metta. Actually, it's better to use the word radiate metta. When you send, normally your mind fly out there. Right? You think of somebody, let's say in US, your mind is there, really not here, Right? So be careful. Because when you send out, then the tendency, you get involved there. You forget about your metta, really. Right? So what you should do, I always tell our yogis, like the sun, they radiate the light, right? They radiate the warmth to you, right? For the well-being of all beings, without exception. That's how you should radiate, not sending out. If you send your mind out, then sometimes you get lost. So you radiate out, so it's always from your heart, it can reach out very, very far. Right? So you're safe, don't get lost. Like last time Ajahn Brahm said, and they send Ajahn Brahm to Australia, and I say, don't metta until fall in love. Before that, the Ajahn fall in love, after that, he so metta until fall in love. That's not metta already, right? That is sensual desire already. Okay? So when you metta, we say radiate metta. And there are different ways, of course. But in the sutta, basically the Buddha normally talk about radiating metta when the mind gets into actually the first jhana. And because in the first jhana, there's no hindrances, then naturally joy arises, the heart open, then you radiate to the, what they call, direction that the beings in the north direction or first quarter, they say second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter. Now we can also do in some, they say 10 directions later. And also we can do like first yourself, then the circle become bigger and bigger and bigger, then to all beings. Or we can do to ourselves, then to a respected person, then to our family members, and then to neutral person, and then to person that you think you have some misunderstanding or quarrel or arguments and you don't feel good. So you can also radiate metta to them. And then at the end, have all beings. So it's important to do it, and even every day. We should actually start the day to also have this metta in our heart, to well wish yourself. Because sometimes you find it strange. You are not kind to yourself. Right? So you have to be kind to yourself. Why get angry with yourself?
It's not the question. You never tell me what to say.
They only said you never tell me only ma. So you can you don't go against. Then they say Yeah, I never tell you,
Right.
but in your work it's spelled out already, right? Isn't it? And let's say in the duty is already spelled. Yeah, I didn't tell you ma now because it's already spelled there, right? So you should know. And then we got to do so much. Right?
Same matter.
Huh?
Before you say matter, how to say that particular person.
The key thing is that
Radiate, right?
Reddit metta. So first you get a bit agitated. So first you have to send metta to yourself to be well, be calm, cool, right? Then you are calm and cool. Then I say, why he say like that? Why the person respond that way? I say because I didn't really tell. I tell something, then something else that he understood differently. That day, for example, I say, okay, Ayah won't be coming to give talk already. So I assume that you all understood I won't be coming. But then a lot of you are expecting, Ayah coming. Is he going to lead the meditation or not? This and that. So in my mind, I think it's very clear. Okay, tonight Ayah won't be coming. I won't be giving any talk. So you all must come and you all sit together and meditate together on your own. So, okay lah, I think I have delivered quite clearly. But a lot of you think that when they ask, are you coming or not? I don't know, Then, are you coming or not? You keep waiting. Is are you coming or not coming? Right? So I thought I have delivered the speech quite clear. But still people don't get it. And that day I said, maybe because the mic sound not so clear. So what you hear is staircase. Then suddenly the story said, somebody fell on the staircase. I was telling, we saw a long one at the staircase. The end story is somebody fell on the staircase. Then asking, who fell on the staircase? You see, another time it can be misunderstood. Right? So that's why don't react. Just ask, what do you mean? What do you mean by that? Yeah, let them explain. Then only you know where it goes wrong. Right? So something is like that, Right? I also shared with you last time my assistant manager. She was so angry and then came to my office and tell me, I cannot sleep 3 days already. I said, why? So and so say so something reported that her senior is doing something maybe not according or whatever. So her 3 days cannot sleep. Then she come and tell me 3 days she cannot sleep. Then I said, have you called that senior to ask what happened or not? He said, no. I said, you only listen on one side and you haven't know what is the other side. So I said, why don't you invite the senior to come in? I said, you don't ask her, why? I said, you must answer, what happened that day, I heard something like this. But actually what happened? Right? So then she go and invite, follow my instruction, she go and invite, then use what happened? Then the person explain. Then after that, after 1 hour, she came over, stop already. You wasted 3 days, cannot sleep. Angry. So very important. Sometimes we don't say, why? But then you feel very offended. Is that I'm wrong? You blame me. Then they will react worse. So if you allow, you just say, what happened? Then the person, that day like this, then you say, the misunderstanding actually is this part. Yeah, so it's a misunderstanding. Or maybe, the person has certain motive, and then the person don't know, or whatever. So then you can gauge more clearly what happened, and then only make decision but why want to jump in straight? Then not only one person get angry, 2 person get angry, 3 person get misunderstood, and then the whole thing go away. Always ask, if something happened, you just ask what happened. So then they will cerita lah. They cerita, then you will know. If they make cerita, you also know. Yeah. So give a fair chance for people to say what happened. So that you don't have to get angry always. Right? Most of the time I find is sometimes somewhere misunderstanding or something, But if you need to address, let's say that person really misbehaved, then you find the right time to address the issue with them. And then, of course, we have to find out what it is and show them that this is not very wholesome or correct. So then ask them to reflect again and, second, 对事唔對人。Means if this thing is not done correctly, then we address that issue, not the person. Last time I remember somebody, so I will tell them, I say, ABC, right? You are actually a nice person. The only thing that is of concern or maybe of a challenge is, let's say, the anger. So you are good, but anger is no good. You see the difference now? You are good, but anger is no good. So means you are telling them the white piece of paper, right? So most of the time when you say, what do you see? You say, oh, let's say a white mahjong paper. Then after that, you go and step one step and they put up again. What do you see? Most people will say, black step. You ask them another time, what do you see? Black step. Third time also black step. You've forgotten the 90% of the white. Most people see that way. So we have to check our mind. Do we always see the black step? Or we still can see the 90% of the white? Right? So sometimes, yes, people make black step now. But we don't jump into it that, wow, the 10% of black step become 90%. And then the 90% forgotten. So the person will feel very, very bad, Right? I only do this mistake. And then you pinch on this and make it like, I'm not valued at all. Right? So this is where we have to check out the way how we see things. So that's why forgiveness comes in. Not only metta, forgiveness also comes. Right? Unless I said, even like Devadatta, right? He tried to kill the Buddha, but because of his karma that he won't be able to make a Buddha. Right? But you think the Buddha get angry with him? It's his karma. He can do anything to make the Buddha like he is more greater than the Buddha. But the reality, people still know, and we question the Buddha in such a clever way to make it like he is even more pure, more noble than the Buddha. The Buddha also answered truthfully, and like you say, must be vegetarian. Right? The Buddha said, if the monks, prefer that, it's fine. If not, then whatever people offer, then we put it as a food. Right? So if those like newcomers, listen, this must be more pure. Rare, huh? Even today also people will argue about this. Right? I mean, it's a choice for, like, say, good health, that's fine. No? Right? So there are times, things like that may happen. Even it happened to the Buddha, what more to us? But we follow the Buddha. Right? Safer. We know law of karma. Because we don't want the what we call unwholesome result coming to us. Right? So we have to practice. Right? So the last part, normally, if let's say even you radiate metta to your family members, but there are family members that you get angry with, so you also don't radiate metta during that time. You can radiate, the rest, but the one that specifically one you got problem with, reserve at the back. Don't go there. Yeah, means the person that you feel a bit uneasy with, normally we put last. Because why? When you can develop the metta, let's say for a respected person that you feel very good, whether it's Sangha or somebody that you respect, and then, it's more easily your metta will flow. Then people in your family, then metta will really increase and increase and increase. Then other punch already done. Then only you bring up this person. Then you will wish. Wish them. You know how I learned my metta? When I was going university at year 1. So okay lah, learn Buddhism, and then they say, oh, learn meditation. So okay lah, my senior taught me metta meditation. So first time lah, learn metta meditation. So first he said, in metta, somebody respect, okay lah, think of somebody lah, okay lah, be well, be happy. And second, okay, metta, family members, okay, metta. Then third one, metta, neutral person, stranger or whoever, okay, metta. Fourth one, metta, last time they call it, metta your enemy. Okay, then I think in my mind, who are my enemy? I cannot find an enemy in my mind. And after that, keep searching, suddenly, my uncle's face come up. This uncle is very fierce one. So why that incident, his face come up? When his face come up, the scene come in already. So I see myself, that time don't know how lah, evening dinner, he and the wife was eating, I was also eating at that time. The rest of my family, they already probably eaten now. So I was sick, so I was sneezing. And then, my uncle go and pull my ear. At that time I was about 7 right? So he pulled my ear. So of course, in our mind, what? I was sick, right? Why you go and pull my ear some more? Right? So I never know I took ear. I thought I don't have any anger or any enemy one. But that scene come, then it goes there. Right? Then not only finish with that, after that, the scene of pulling my ear, then again, another thing come into mind. Which when I was even a child, I can differentiate. Why? He always call us, Saccā, do this, do that. He never call his own children. So in my heart, it's not fair. Right? You see? But that time I was 19, this one 7. How long did I keep it? I didn't know until I do my house. And then after that I cried. Right? I cried. You know why I cried? That time I was thinking, it come to my mind. It was the past. Why am I still keeping it? It was the past already. I said, of course I didn't know at the time, but then that realization come. It was the past, but why did I keep it? Then forgive Lord. Right? Forgive you, Lord. I still can remember the story, but when I forgive him, it doesn't hurt me really. But if you don't, you will still feel hurt. When you think of him, you still feel hurt. Right? You just feel unfair. Right? It's a bit very poor. I'm sick, it's not that I want to sneeze, but why you go and pull my head? Right? So from there, I learned about how powerful it is to practice also meditation. And especially, I think in your life, I believe there will be many stories that's still inside you. So if you still always feel uneasy, or the way you look at people when you feel uneasy, then you know you have unsettled business in you. You better settle it. Because if not, then it will go from one life to another. So very important. So forgiveness also very important. So metta, the meaning, Maitri is English, some translate as loving kindness. Some will say friendliness, but all this quality, loving kindness, friendliness, goodwill, benevolence, forgiveness, all this kind of, right? So it's important. So when we do metta meditation, I would always tell them, when you start to say, to acknowledge yourself, if you can imagine how server work, so then the instruction already go in, then they will search, each one be well and happy, okay. This sector, not well, not happy. Then they will come up. What is that is not well and not happy? So there are incidents, either it's people or incidents or whatever, that you feel hurt and then you keep. Right? So if you don't overcome it, then you'll be there and disturb you, and then you will behave differently. Right? One thing, my own parents, I remember my dad did something not right, then make my mother feeling certain things not very healthy. Okay, so then my mother keep that in mind for a long time. Every time they talk, then suddenly come to suddenly my mother will say, then you what? Then a long time, many years I see, this two person 加埋都120歲咯，right? But when something like that happen, but my mother is quite loving one. Cook for my father, they will do all these things, as a wife to the husband. But come to certain thing, she will come to this thing, she will, telling my father, like that. Then I was saying, it's already, why shame my father? Right? So, how to tell them? No opportunity yet. Until one day, after sometimes Sukin will invite me to go back to Ghana, so then I can share with my father. So that time, after the Ghana, they're very happy one. In Ghana, they come and then they school and then get blessings and everything. And then after that, again that day, don't know what happened. Again, my mother again showed me. I was saying, maybe it's a time already. Okay? Then I told them, Mom, you all have been doing this for long years. I said, both of you, add together already more than 150 years. Then I tell my dad, Dad, you know that you have done this. Right? But I said, today, please take the opportunity. Just tell Mother, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Just this word. I am sorry. Please forgive me. And my father looked at me. Don't know. Still a bit difficult to say that. It's just very simple. Just tell Mom, I am sorry. Please forgive me. And finally, my father brave himself and tell my mom, I am sorry. Please forgive me. My mother just laugh. Okay. So then I told my Mom, Dad already tell us for forgiveness. So now you are so happy. So I said, from today onwards, don't ever mention this anymore. Actually, I don't know that my mother never mentioned it. So maybe for how many years? This of me is only waiting for this verse. I am sorry, please forgive. Have you all do that? Sometimes you know you're wrong, but still pride. Why should I say so? I hate such thing to right? But why want to be keeping this? You only harm each other and we behave very funnily. So break yourself. Sometimes if you are wrong, sometimes maybe they are wrong, they starting they start all the fire first, but we think that they should forgive us first, they should ask for them. Why can't you do first? So that if really have done wrong, we ask for forgiveness. So 3 levels. One is to ask for forgiveness, then forgive others, then forgive oneself. Don't go and punish yourself. Don't forgive yourself the mistake you do. You keep harboring. Why I'm so foolish? Why I'm like that? Why? Then feeling unhappy. Right? So forgive others and forgive also ourselves. Ask for forgiveness. So I was saying, very powerful word. Just, I'm sorry, please forgive me. So, okay lah. So I'm also very happy because, okay lah, I resolved their yin. Right? So this is a thing, a very funny one. Sometimes I see my mother, she really care for my father, love my father, cook for him, will do everything for him, but just because these things she cannot forgive. Then okay, at least she forgive him. Okay, forgive him. So then after that, when my father and my mother will say, okay lor, they look from low jaw, if not a heavy jaw, then maybe next time, some more they will look for each other again. Right? Funny, isn't it? Here we say, to them, there, you still want to come back again. That's why people say love is blind. But my mother now is wiser. Okay. Now listening to Dhamma and all this thing. Right? So remember, metta and then forgive. Right? So if you want to develop your mind, you must do that. If you don't do that, you close your eyes, the fellow in your face come out, also you sudah tak boleh tahan. It is one, right? Either it's a person or it's an incident or whatever. So the moment your mind goes that side, then your whole state of mind all corrupted. You cannot meditate. Right? So ill will, anger, all these are harmful state of mind. That's why we say harmful action. These are all harmful state of mind. Right? Even envy or jealousy or those things. Other time, I remember one incident. So this particular person, she told me that time. She said she cannot meditate for long years. She tried, because of what? Because that she feels jealous. One of the things that deter her from developing is that she has a so kind sister, and the sister very kind. So she feels jealous. She's also a Buddhist, but because the sister is extra kind than her, so she feels jealous. So that blocked her from further meditation. Because she told me that time, I said, have you asked my teacher? I said, I already asked already. They asked me already, but sick or not. Have you asked the other teacher? Asked already. Then, since you asked already, and I said, okay, you just do what? You don't meditate at all. You close your eyes, see what comes up to your mind. And finally, the next day she come and report. Okay, this one come up, this one come up, this one come up. Right? Then after that, okay, then after she admitted what it is, she feels relief. Right? She knows that this is not. Right? Why should she jealous of her sister when her sister is so kind? Doing everything kind to her, kind to the family, kind to everybody, then she feels jealous. Really surprised. Not only jealous, then she has fear. She said, people look at us, the husband is also into Buddhism, the children, the whole family is into the Buddhism. And she said, I have fear. I have fear in case my husband next time took then I have a lot of fear. So people look at us, wow, very ideal Buddhist family, she said. But I have a lot of fear. So sometimes out, you look like, wow, very, very ideal. But inside the person, you don't know. So this all become a blockage for me. But after that, she feels very relieved. And after that, she can meditate. So these are the things. It is inside. If you better check. That's like I said, a computer. Which sector are not well and not happy? Then you tell them, please come up. What is it? You need to go. Check the C drive. Any bad sector. You check. Sometimes a lot come up, but it's okay. Don't worry. Face it, and address it. Okay. Metta. So if you practice metta again and again, you will find your mind are more gentle. So maybe in the past, when people scold you, and what you do? You scold them. Right? But if you practice metta, when people scold you, now you don't verbally scold back. Right? But then mentally still you scold. Got improvement. Correct? Last time no metta, that time you scold, you think I don't know how to scold. You also scold, throw words, you say this is verbal dagger, right? But now, okay, you metta, at least you don't scold, with the mouth, but inside you still karama, you still scold. But that is also a little bit improvement already. But if you continue to practice, then your mind will become more understanding, more control. Right? This time, you don't scold even with your mind now, but you will say what? Take karma, take on you. Right? Still got little bit of improvement now, you know. You're not scolding backwards, ma. You just say, law of karma will take its own place, lah. There, no? Still got improvement. But okay, lah, practice some more. When you practice some more, and now, if people scold you, you look at them. Why is this person behaving? It must be ignorant, right? So you also feel a bit of kasihan. Oh, this person don't know that he is angry or she is angry. Right? So you have a little bit of kindness to them because you don't see them as your enemy anymore. You see them as this person, you don't know what happened to themselves. Right? So ignorant, right? So your heart softened already, right? So you may say, maybe be well, because the person is not well, getting angry. So you wish them to be well, yeah? And then you see that you have the capacity to feel how they feel. It's due to ignorance, that's why they get angry. And then you also understand, more understanding. So your heart start to become a little bit more kind. Instead of getting angry or wishing all the kind of good things, then you start to wish them to be well. Right? Then if you practice some more, then it will develop to compassion. Then in your mind you will be thinking, how can I help this person? You will think, if you continue to practice your metta, it will come to you the compassion already. How can you help this person? Maybe today you don't help because the condition is not right. But in your mind, behind your mind, you will have that compassion. Compassion is to lessen other people's suffering. You see somebody suffering, and you have that thoughts of lessening their suffering. That is compassion. So, keep in mind that when the opportunity comes, then you will extend that compassion. So you see the degree. Then next, after you can do that, you practice some more. Then the other qualities that will come is modify. Right? You see this person, angry, wow. Maybe 1 month, 30 times. Now because of your compassion, now 1 month, less 3. You rejoice. Right? They don't go and tell. When they get angry, see, never change, but habis. The person won't change. Understand? You just say, wow, so good, Now you have reduced 3 times of being angry. How do you feel? You don't know. Right? Don't say, see, never change. Means, 30 times. But now, he changed 3 times. But suddenly come out again. But it is only the 27 but it got changed 3, So you must be rejoiced with the 3 times that it changed. Don't go and tell them never change. No, of course the fellows, the spirit of change, sure. So remember, so metta, slowly it will change the mindset. But you must practice it. When you practice, then first your well-being is taken care of. Next, the people who you encounter also will be able to find some peace. And then when you change, then they will as well. Okay? So ill will, metta. Next one is sloth and torpor. Sloth and torpor. The sloth and torpor is either sometimes the mind is lack of energy, or it's just pure laziness. And come to do something, then the mind become lazy. Right? Indolence. So sloth and torpor is another hindrance of the mind. Right? And modern people, the way I look at it is because we are so trained in every day, so busy, must do things, do. Then by the time we sit down, means what? Time to sleep. So the mind is between a very, very busy, then we stop, time to sleep. So when it comes to meditation, nothing to do. No time to sleep. So your mind will want to sleep. Right? Or else you're busy, you forget. But time when you stop, then sleep. You got to meditate, you sleep. Right? So it's because of that, what they call, habit. So, but then now, when we check our mind, hey, now enough sleep. So it should not be already. So, but if still lethargic, then I said, nowadays we discover, or we can check if let's say your body is imbalance of certain nutrients, then it will make you lethargic. Right? Then you correct that should be okay already. Then you look into your mind again. Right? So for sloth and torpor, then the important thing is that you will try not to sleep if you are put into a condition that you have to be aware. Right? In the past, when people love to sleep, the teacher will put them there, just beside the cliff. See where you like to sleep. Or they'll put a plank on the on the tree. So you sit there, just ngam like this. So you dare to sleep or not? You won't dare to sleep. So that's how they train them. Right? Here I told some of you, if you sloth and torpor, you go to the side there, the swimming pool, only that 2 feet, you do your walker meditation there. So they won't sleep because they scared after they fall into the pool. Right? So we must know what to do to counter your these hindrances. Right? So of course, for sitting meditation, if you have sloth and torpor, what you should do? So I already told you all to take. First thing, you are aware that you're drowsy already. Don't allow it until you don't know. Right? So if you don't know, very likely you have 3 stars of your sloth and torpor. In the university, we always joke about it. The first one is what? Fishing. Okay. Fishing. Second one is what? Coconut swing. Coconut swing. That one we call it apple polishing. Or floor polishing. Right? So these are 3 styles of sloth and torpor. Right? So, but the moment drowsiness come, the first thing means you aware, drowsy. First thing is what? When you aware you're drowsy, your body normally is at this area. So the first thing is breathe in, pull up your body, then breathe in deeply, open up your chest, and then breathe out strong, more strong from your nose. Then breathe 20 times. Breathe and breathe out. Breathe in, pull up your body. Breathe in to your chest, and breathe out stronger from your nose. 20 times, okay? Then sure, your mind will be alert a bit because the oxygen coming in, right? Then you have to a bit more attention. So if you've done that, then okay, back to your object of meditation. As is knowing your breath, then okay, you keep your mind to mindful on the breath. So after a while, still let's say, still drowsy. Then pull back, never give up. Pull back. Okay, do another 20 times. Right? If after third time still drowsy, okay, after third time you add some more. From drowsiness, okay, then you breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Then you squeeze your eyes, then clench your teeth, okay, then slowly release. And again, do maybe 5 to 10 times. Your eyes will start to become red. Squeeze your eyes and clench your teeth. Oh, can I hear? Can you hear yourself? Hello? Oh, that's very quiet. I can hear. Alright, so basically you can help yourself. So don't give in. If you're drowsy and then say, I'm drowsy, and then you sleep. Right? Then quality of mind. Don't know anything. Remember, I also tell you all before, if you are 100 years old, or now if you are 60-year-old, 20 years you have been sleeping, not enough. That's what Ajahn Brahm always say, when they should allow like 3 Hannah to do, and then he sees so many people keep sleeping and sleeping. Then he make a joke and say, you know, if you love to sleep, wait until one day you can sleep forever. Now you have to be diligent, okay? So wait, there will be time you will sleep forever. So key thing is you must make effort, right effort to abandon that state of mind that is, leading you to know good result. Right? So if not, then when I say, okay, you can perceive light, okay, perceive bright light in front of you, right? If that doesn't work, then you can stand up. Don't sit down there and sleep. You stand up. Then after that, either you go and drink water, or wash your face. If not, you can actually proceed to do walking meditation. Okay. So when you do walking meditation, if you're sleepy, don't walk slowly, because in the walk also can sleep. Right? You're like dozing off, coming in, dozing off, orang mabuk like that. Right? So if you are drowsy, you do walking meditation, you walk with normal speed. Normal speed, keep your mind down, normal speed. So after a while, then your body get the momentum, the energy, the oxygen, then you'll be more awake. So just walk normal. Okay? So you must know. If you're restless, when you do walking meditation, you walk very slow. Because restless mind. So you need to slow down, then the mind will slow down. Right? If you're restless, you walk very fast, normal, you walk, because the mind become very active. Right? So you have to know which to use. Okay? The sloth and torpor, that's how you overcome. Sloth or torpor, actually, the simile is that the water, like I said, cannot see your face already because why? It's filled with chang choy, algae. Can you see yourself? Cannot see you. Very thick, cannot see. Right? It's as if you are in prison. Lock up, cannot do anything. Right? So this is where you have to understand when you're drowsy and always sloth and torpor, your mind is as if enclosed by algae. So you cannot see yourself. You cannot see your mind. Right? So people who are like that, then they always blur. They talk something also, they seem like listening to you, eye very big, but mind don't know where. You know also when the person punya mind right? So you must know how to counter it. And then fourth one is restlessness and remorse. Or some people say worry and remorse. So restlessness, so a lot of worry in the head. Right? The statistics of worry said is worrisome because most of the worry that we have, actually, 70% is actually not true. Many things that you worry, actually 70% is not true. It's just only you are, Pañca, making story in your brain, and it become very fearful. This is where when people do not know how to stop it, then at the end they become depressed, or then become anxiety attack. It's a real one. For them, those people who have anxiety, the things that in their head is so real that it will affect their bodily, their heart rate. We call in psychology, we call psychosomatic. Means from their imagination and also the emotion become a physical problem, physical sickness. So sometimes their heart rate can run very fast. Some people can get a heart attack. Right? But it's really not real one. But it's just, to them, it's so real. And they feel that the danger coming, the threat coming. And then that's why they feel that threatened like to death. So they become very fear. So this is where the worry and restlessness. When you worry, you become very restless. And because why? You allow your mind to always entertain thoughts, which is not real. It's always in the making, in the head. So to overcome this, anapanasati is that, you cut off your thoughts. Why? when you come back, you are able to be mindful of your breath. Naturally, the thoughts come in. They won't come in, and they won't be able to come in because what? You're mindful of your in-breath and out-breath. That state, no thoughts. Do you experience it? It's only like how long? Right? The longer, the better. Then the mind becomes more and more calm. Right? So we know that our mind is very scattered, right? Distracted. Right? So in order to calm it down, to purify it, then you use anapanasati. Right? So sometimes you may think, I don't quite like this method. Can I do other method? This is the only method. Cut off restlessness. Right? So in psychology, they have cognitive therapy, right? To kind of bring your mind back to what is now. But I mean, the Buddha already taught us, right? So you cannot run. Right? If you want the mind to come down, the best method is anapanasati. And so the Buddha gives simile for mind which is restless, and having remorse or worry, is like a bowl of water that is wavy, like sea, wavy. So home on, wavy, under current there, wavy. So it's like that, when your mind is restless, and also having remorse. Okay? So remorse, I told you really, you can overcome by sometimes forgiveness and all this method. Right? Last one is doubt. Yeah, doubt. Doubt is like the Buddha saying is like a bowl of water that is muddy. It's worse, muddy, right? So because they are of the doubt, then they don't even take to the action to want to do something to help themselves because doubtful, right? So what can be done when we are doubtful? Of course, we can learn through learning or through Dhamma discussion or having the kind of mindfulness or sati of the triple jet, and also for them to investigate, so that they will be able to find out and discover for themselves. So when we're doubtful about method, then the person won't be able to grow. So you either it's because of your habit of your work, right? But sometimes like people like who are analytical one, it's very difficult for them to get into calmness one. You know why? Because the mind are trained in that way. So even they meditate, they say anapanasati, they say, okay, just be mindful of your inner. No, they will analyze the breath. Is it like this? Or is it like that? Or should I do like this? Or should I do like that? Or is it like this? Or is it like that? Am I doing it correctly? Is it like that? They will keep asking. They try to analyze. Then like lawyer also, because they are trained to be what? Trained to have what? Benefit of doubt. They will doubt the thing first. Doubt. Right? So the mind also cannot go on because what? When meditation will just purely pure observer. Right? We just know. Right? So they start analyze, then cannot do. Right? So this is where that you also have to know how your mind works. If you are in that career, then you have to relearn, unlearn and relearn. Right? If not, that is how your mind state is. They will. You give them instruction very simple, but then they will still turn around, still cannot get them. Because they are doubtful or they want to investigate. Right? And so it's important to learn and unlearn the not helpful one, and then discuss, and then ask questions, and then hopefully they will have that faith, by discovering for themselves. The doubt is actually also a very strong hindrances. A lot of people doubt that, this can work, and then how do you say? They think cannot work, sure cannot work. Right? Then if they are not into investigating, that's the end of the story. They do things also they don't know how to see. Right? So Duck is like a bowl of water with mud. So how to do that? So unless you don't keep stirring, then only the mud will settle. Then the clarity will come up. Right? So if you keep ducking, no end. Right? So if you check whether your mind, 5 hindrances, how many you have? Can you identify yourself? How many you have? 1? Maybe I can ask. Okay, you can raise your hand now. Do you think you have only 1 hindrance? Hands up. 2? 3? Oh, only 3. Okay. 4? Oh, okay. 5? That's the one that don't put hand up. 6 cannot identify. Are more dangerous. Huh? Oh, 0 hindrances. So we can expect somebody coming. Yeah. You know why? The samadhi is only will be able to attain when the 5 hindrances subside. Then only you will experience samadhi. Without the 5 hindrances subside, then maybe threshold. You may reach calmness but not in it, not enter in it. Okay? So you need to overcome this. Right?
I think I would like to understand more on the 32 part. It's like, okay, contemplation meanings, do we have to remember the 32 part first?
Yeah, normally we learn the 32 part.
Must we memorize the 32 part in sequence first?
We kind of like look into our body, like head hair, or body hair.
Yeah, but when we do body scanning, if you cannot remember, right, then it's not contemplation anymore. Right? If let's say you scan,
If you scan and you don't know that, what are you scanning?
but you just know that part, but sometimes you not so deep. So when you scan here, right, you even didn't know the organs. Sometimes you.
So normally we will keep scanning, then we will see it.
So must be memorized first, right?
First, of course, they memorize the word on like head hair, we know head hair, body hair, you know body hair, right? Nails, you know nails, right? Teeth, you know teeth, right? Skin, you know skin, right? Flesh, have you seen? Have not seen flesh? Have you been cut before? Having cut, and then that is flesh, right? Right? So I normally last time I group in such a way easier. 5 external body part. Very easy. Head hair, external body hair, then nails, teeth, and then skin. Then after that, imagine beyond the skin, means your skin tear out. What do you see? Flesh. Then tendons and ligaments. Then bones. Then inside the bone marrow. Okay, easy to remember. Then the next category is the organs of the body. So what are the organs? They start with kidneys, heart, liver, diaphragm, the diaphragm, and then spleen, lungs. So you remember the 6 organs there. Okay, kidney, heart, liver, diaphragm, then spleen, lungs. And next remember the group of digestive tract. So the intestine, mesentery, some say is membrane, some say is the the bone around your intestine. If you don't know, Chinese New Year, always do the jiao you put the loba that kind of thing, mesentery. Then intestine, mesentery, then chyme. Chyme is in the stomach, undigested food in the stomach. We call it chyme, right? And then feces. In the colon, a lot of eye. So intestine, mesentery, chyme, and feces. Then the next one is liquid part. So bowel, then phlegm, pus, and then blood, sweat. So I normally use the formula BPPBS. BPPBS. Easy to remember. B for bowel, P for phlegm, P for pus, B for blood, S for sweat. Okay? And then next one, next group, after that is fat. Bowel, phlegm, pus, blood, sweat, fat, ears, right? Then grease, then saliva, snot, then synovial fluid, urine, and the blood. So for the liquid part, after the fat, yeah, so you can use this one, fat, then ears, grease, ears or grease, so one by one, then saliva, snot, then synovial fluid, and then urine, right? And then the last one, the brain. So if you remember group by group like that, easier. First is external.
But when you do this kind of meditation, you are jumping around.
Not jumping around.
Or how you start?
You start with the hair.
So
You hit hair, then as you contemplate the head hair, then you contemplate the head hair is what they call is subject to decay and decompose. Right? Subject to decay and decompose. Right? Is smelly, repugnant, impure, impermanent, and non-self. Right? Your hair is subject to decay. Agree, and decompose. Every day, don't know how many hairs drop. Right? And then smelly or not? One day tak basuh pun sudah tak boleh tahan. Smelly, repugnant. Right? Sometimes got dandruff lah, head oil lah, macam-macam ada. And then smelly, repugnant, impure, impermanent, and unsatisfactory, and non-self. So each of it you contemplate. Yeah? So you see the true nature of all these part of the body, which we always hold to be like very nice, very beautiful. Yeah? Sometimes we look at it and we say, we always dress nicely, for peak. Every day so banyak itu discharge that comes up that is unbearable. Right? We know what? If I put you 3 days, don't bath, don't brush your teeth, I think you will go crazy, especially those OCD ones. True, So then we know how many thousands and millions holes that is churning out all this. So as you contemplate one by one, you start to see how this body is so stinky. It's reality, but we don't see. But if you see that, then you never come chop the law. Right? And then you understand this body also is a challenge. Only can use for some years, right? And then it's not sure also anytime they can say bye-bye. Right? So these are the things.
how long we should stay in one part?
We can repeat the same part
Repeat.
until you sort of like get understood. Yeah? Some people, certain part, when they contemplate, they really can realize. So first, normally we go through all the 52 parts and familiarize. Then after that, they can choose just a few also okay. When they go novitiate, then we only 5. Kisa, Loma, Naka, Danta, Hachu, we repeat that. Right? But other than that, you can choose one. And then keep contemplating. I know people who love beauty one, you ask them to contemplate this one, they don't like one. Even as teacher, we all know when we tell them, we contemplate this. But most of them, they don't do because why? The teacher know they're still attaching to sensual pleasure, so we will instruct them. And some of them still refuse to contemplate. Then The desire is still there, sense of pleasure. So to counter this, you have to do it. If you don't do it, your sense of pleasure will be gone. So you may not know it's so important to do that, so that you overcome this defilement. So very interesting one. The person who like to get angry when they ask them to do metta, they run away when they don't want to do it. Very interesting. They love to think one, a restless one. I say, do anapanasati. I say, can I do something else? Because they find that torturing. Because they like to think. So when I ask them to have break, like come back, they don't like. Very interesting. It's always the opposite. So the more you don't like one, the more you have to do. Because you know that is your hindrance. If you don't overcome it, your mind won't develop it. Right? So you see, so many hindrances in our life to develop. But nevertheless, I say, we do a little bit, it's nearer a little bit. Do some more, more nearer. Just keep doing, have faith, have patience and faith. The Buddha did it, Arahant all did it, all the noble ones did it. Still people are practicing and can also do it. Then they ask, why not me? Say, Malaysia boleh, saya pun boleh. You must remember, this slogan very powerful. Malaysia boleh, why you tak boleh? You pun boleh. As long as you make the right effort, then you will get money. Jangan orang kata, short sekejap, then cool down already. That will go nowhere. So I used to tell them, if you want to boil water, you boil halfway, 50%, then you turn off the fire. The water is not cooked. Right? You still get the dampness. Right? Even 99% also, the thing sudah melody. Right? Until 100%, you see the bubble by itself already for some time. Right? But then you see that water is cooked. The nature of the water changes. So sometimes some people think, especially confinement, they say, I got bath and hot water. No, the one is not cooked water. So but still the lesson. Different, no? It was fully cooked, bubbling. That means that water nature no more dampness. If you cook 50%, 70%, dampness is still there. So you must know how, why we should do like that continuously until it becomes mature. Then it will take its own course. So too, like we say, for your cultivation, why we say continuous cultivation? Because why? When you take to that, I told you the dynamo, when the energy is enough, is that maturity, your mind is collected, is we say oneness of your mind is balanced, then they will take its own course. So the longer you can do that, then their how is it? Their extension will become longer. Right? So this is very important. So first understand what hinders you. So practice those things that help you to overcome. Alright? Yesterday I effort, today you must identify what it is. Tomorrow, then look on that. Right? If you want to go further, develop further, you have to work. Or else you can tell this teacher, that teacher, all your problems, never ending. Right? What time we do we finish today? Now? 10 to 10. 9:50 lah. So we got overtime bonus 20 minutes. Happy to have it or not? Or already drowsy? Right? Okay? So this is still okay or not like Ajahn Chah, stay until 2-3 o'clock. And the way he trained the teacher, we give Dhamma talk at 2 o'clock. Then you see everybody sleeping there. You still have to deliver the talk. That's what Ajahn Brahm said. They were trained like that. Right? 2 o'clock midnight. Oh. So the people sit there and then still have to deliver the talk. So to make sure that, well, see your talk is good enough that people will listen or not. Right? If people all sleeping, is the talk not interesting, you still have to polish your skills some more. Right?
2 o'clock you have to walk.
Huh?
2 o'clock you have to walk during tudung.
Don't worry lah, when the time comes, just walk. Oh? Yeah. The fact is like that, the arrangement. So when you come, then you walk. Oh, so you sleep early, then wake up, then after walk. So just train on, and then whatever come on, because if you expect too much, then it doesn't turn the way it is, then you get upset. Oh, just flow. You get the information, something like that, and then prepare for it, and then okay, whatever come, yes, whatever will be, So you just flow with it, that's no problem. Oh? Because things can change one. Who knows? Because when you walk, who knows, got rain, then this and that. So things may not turn out the way you think. Yeah. And then along the way, we also don't know what it is, how it is. It's just like in front of you, what you do, you do. Then you don't expect, you don't want. Then okay, very easy. Then it become very fun and adventurous. Right? When you go for whatever it is, that is what it is. Right? But the rest is also some knowledge and know what to do. Okay? So hopefully, remember. So what are the 5 hindrances? First one? Sensual pleasure. Second? Third? Oh? Restlessness and worries or restlessness and remorse. Fifth one? Doubts. Okay? So overcome them. First one, how to overcome? Contemplation of the 32 parts means contemplation of the foulness, contemplation of the foulness of the body, 32 parts, foul. Then second one, ill will, metta. Some more, forgiveness. Third one, how to conquer? Breathe out stronger. Sometimes you can squeeze your eyes and clench your teeth, or you perceive light. Then if cannot, go to walk. Right? Walk to meditation. You walk, but ask. And then if cannot,
Go to sleep.
go to wash your face. Go to wash your face, drink some warm water. Then come back and walk. If everything still tak boleh jalan, then go to sleep. That is only the last after all these things. Don't straight go to sleep. Okay? So means I don't give in. Yes, Sylvia. Oh, so add on. So I think by the time they're drowsy, they don't know whether to short or long, and they say, I want to sleep. Right? But before you meditate, if you have that, then you reflect. So if you have the Sumangala means urgency, then only you think, I cannot be sleeping, right? And drowsy. So what will happen to me? So blur grow, nanti susah. Don't know where landed. Right? So of course contemplation on the urgency to practice Sumangala. So therefore then we know that we don't have it enough time. We have to do something and to overcome it. Okay? Often how to overcome worry and restlessness? So bring your mind, mindfulness to your breath, so that it anchor to the present moment. Fifth one? Now, so how to overcome? Learn and listen to the Dhamma, discuss, make investigation, then practice actually Buddhanusati, Dhammanusati, Sanghanusati, yeah, all those like also virtue, contemplation of virtue, and also contemplation of Deva also. So all this, especially Buddhanusati, to arouse your confidence in the Buddha. Right? So you may read Buddha's story, Buddha's attainment, and all this. Yeah? Only that's why you come. Okay, so these are method given. So you must put to mind, remember, and when you face with certain things, it's just like very normal lah. Physical, if you have a headache, you know what medicine to give. If you cherry-beret, then you know you use cherry-beret one. If you got pain, then sapu minyak. Right? Like that one. Right? But you say, oh ayam, I can't remember lah. Then you start complaining. Because you don't know how to address, how to help your mind. You allow your mind to, be defiled. You allow your mind to be weak. Then the answer is you suffer, and then nobody can help. You have to help yourself, and you cannot say I don't remember. You have to remember. If you don't remember, who can remember for you? AI. So AI becomes more noble than you. Okay? Yeah, perceive time. Most of them cannot all. Even the open eyes, the light is bright. You see, so sometimes I would advise them to squeeze the eyes. Then you squeeze the eyes strong, then slowly release. So the eyes will become open. The one is after that long, after cannot, then only come out and walk. Okay? So in many ways, meaning don't give in to defilements. Don't give in to hindrances. Because what? If you give in, the answer is because your mind is not developed. That's all. When mind not developed, what will you face? A lot of problems. Mind not clear, make decision also, always wrong decision. Then because blur, xin mẹ, and they phóng A hoặc là C, B. Then phóng này they phóng C. It can happen, I'm telling you. So, a mind that is just, then you see really, sometimes how come this person like that? And because what? Because they don't make right effort to change. And some people, they will tell you,
So when you face this kind of people, have to be mental.
huh? Not only metal, but then you have to be careful.
Yeah.
Because they always bring a lot of problem. So you just have to know if they're like that. So help them to identify whether it really is their mental state, or is because of their bodily imbalance of influence, or is it because of they are born something like that. Very difficult to change. It's their own habitual, very thick. And this is the thing that the Buddha said, they miss the opportunity for spirituality. We are people born. So we are all born, at least not bad, with intelligence only. Still able one. So that's why you have to really be grateful and, go all the way. Because there are people who are born, the Buddha said, born down. Downers can come in different stages of life. Some downers come when the person is born, bring from their karmic past. Some downers, when certain karma come, then suddenly they fall into that kind of state. Their mind goes berserk. Cannot think normal anymore. Right? Some when they get old, so they also don't know, get into Alzheimer, dementia, and they don't know what is the remedy. So you get into that one. Children also don't know how to handle. Right? Now we know, things that cause Alzheimer or dementia. One of them is vitamin B12, and some vitamin B2, because that will affect neuron cell. Right? So if you know, then we give them, then at least can prevent them from going into a serious dementia or something. Right? So it can come in different stages in your life. So you just have to be watch on a certain age. Okay? So these are the things I think we need to know. We cannot say we don't know. So don't know is ignorant. Ignorant will cause a lot of trouble. Right? Don't know must ask. Must ask also the right people. Or else they will direct you here and there, and then you go nowhere, and then you get even worse. Okay? Alright, so okay, we'll conclude today, and then